Hello again. Great to have you here with us. We're out here at Admiral D's in beautiful White Bear Lake. I'm Teresa Petrie, and this is the Rush Club, powered by your boat club with 70 boats on 7 gorgeous lakes. Each and every week, the three of us show off the upper Midwest of places you've never even seen before. One with women out, having fun, living the outdoors, and sports to the extreme. It's a rush, and this is the Rush Club. So thanks again for joining us. Let's get started.
We are here at the Academy in Brooklyn Center, Minnesota, and I'm talking with MMA fighter Miss Caitlin Young. Caitlin, welcome to the Rush Club.
Hi, happy to be here.
This sport is just exploding, Caitlin. Tell me, what made you want to get into it?
Well, originally I started in Taekwondo when I was like 14 years old, and actually because I was getting in trouble and my mom forced me to do an activity. She said no to football, so Taekwondo was my second choice. I started competing in that. It kind of went from there. As soon as I was old enough to sign my own waiver, I started taking kickboxing fights, which was a little bit harder contact.
Right.
And then after being here at the Academy, I did Muay Thai for a couple years just as an amateur, and then I won an amateur belt, and they were like, hey, you should try MMA. So I started training for that. In October, it'll be 5 years since my debut.
Wow. Well, what's it like for women in this sport?
It's changed a lot. Originally, when I first started fighting, they'd make you do shorter rounds. You had to fight 3s instead of 5s, and the pay discrepancy is obviously there. But it's coming around, and more women are getting into it. So it's interesting because it's really been a huge transition.
Right. Well, what's the most challenging aspect?
I would say fights falling through and not getting fights is really hard to kind of pour yourself into a training camp and give a lot of effort when so many fights fall through, and being that there are less women, it's harder to get a replacement on 3 weeks' notice if somebody has an injury.
How often do you have a match?
It's funny you ask. For a while, I had it was sort of hit or miss. I'd have 1 or 2 a year, and then I had a super long dry spell. And this year, I'm hoping to have a 5th in October. So that's pretty busy.
Absolutely. Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about the last fight that you've been involved in?
Well, I'll tell you about the last few. I've been fighting for this new promotion called Invicta Fighting Championships. And what's great about them, it's an all-women's promotion, and they're run so well, so organized. It's been really nice being able to string fights together and stay active, because you can kind of improve on your last performance as opposed to sitting there and going, oh, maybe I'll get another fight in the next year.
Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about the training that you have to go through?
Mixed martial arts is kind of a different animal because you're trying to be good at your stand-up. You're trying to be well-conditioned, so you're doing strength and conditioning, and you're trying to be good at wrestling, getting somebody to the ground or defending that, and then what you can do on the ground as far as not just jiu-jitsu, so that'd be submissions and control, but also striking on the ground, which is a whole different thing that's only seen really in MMA as far as competitive sport goes.
Mm-hmm. Well, do you think that diet plays a big role in the training?
Absolutely, because it is a weight class sport. Mm-hmm. So when you're training super hard, first of all, you need to eat for fuel rather than for taste, which isn't always the most fun thing.
Brown rice and veggies.
Exactly,
right?
And you're trying to stay in good shape, but also you have to make a certain weight class. So even eating healthy, if you've agreed to fight at 135 or 125 or 145, you have to be able to make that.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about the Academy?
This is a great place. I've been here since my start in MMA and even Thai boxing. We really have a lot of experts kind of in every area. We have Muay Thai national champions, people that have fought all over the world. We've got Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guys that have won down in Brazil, doing great things here. And then we also have some really good wrestlers like the U of M. We have a lot of U of M wrestlers here, so it's a great place to be.
What do you like to do when you're not in the ring or training?
I'm a huge fan of stand-up comedy. I really don't have a ton of free time because I also manage a private personal training studio down in Uptown. It's called Custom Fitness. So I do that, and then, like I said, stand-up comedy. I'm kind of a documentary nerd, so I like watching docs a lot.
That's cool.
And I have a Chihuahua, so I like to spend time with him.
Hang out with the little guy.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any advice for women trying to get into the sport?
I would just say, be prepared to work really hard for a long time without much return. It takes a while before you start getting anything back. It's just going to take time. Just work hard, and eventually you'll make your goals.
Right. Well, honestly, do you feel that women are gaining acceptance in MMA?
Yeah, I think so. I think people really enjoy their fights. With Invicta, they're a good example because it is an all-female promotion. They're streamed online for free, and their viewers have been ridiculous. It's been like over 250,000 viewers, which is incredible for an online stream.
Well, Minnesota is certainly putting a stamp on the sport with all the female fighters here. So
absolutely.
So Caitlin, these are your, what kind of gloves are they?
These are just standard MMA gloves. They're 4 ounces. They vary slightly in design, but they're pretty light. They don't do a lot to protect your hands. So when you're fighting, it's really important you have somebody who's a very good hand wrapper. I've had a couple of injuries not having good hand wraps.
Oh, okay. So do you tape up your hands then?
Yep, you do tape and gauze under these typically when you're fighting. And you can still grab in them, which is the important thing with MMA, with the wrestling.
Exactly.
Basically a knuckle covering. They don't do a lot to protect the other person or your own hands. It's not fair, you got bigger gloves.
That makes a good picture. This is the Rush Club.
You can learn more about us at The Rush Club by visiting our website. It's therushclub.com. We'll share upcoming events, our bios, and fun little facts about us. Hey, if you have a story suggestion, it's all at our fingertips, so let us know. We're also on Facebook, so friend us there too. Once again, we're at therushclub.com. What a rush! The rush continues. Ahead, big fun outdoors on The Rush Club.
There's no place you'd rather be than here. Your Boat Club gets you out on the water better and more affordably. You're in the driver's seat with Your Boat Club. 70 boats, 7 locations, no hassles. Your Boat Club gives you the ease of online reservations. So relax, entertain, fish, or ski.
I love the convenience that we can just pop out and go out for a little bit.
Say goodbye to costly upkeep, repairs, cleaning, and boat insurance. Your Boat Club is simply the smartest way to boat. It's all yours at Your Boat Club. We're Minnesota Inboard Water Sports. Our mission is simple: the best boats, superior service, making a customer for life. New or used, Minnesota Inboard has an amazing selection, a metro and northern lake location. Family-owned Minnesota Inboard is proudly the Midwest's #1 dealer of direct drive inboards and the nation's top Malibu dealer. Only the latest water sports in our pro shop, and our service team is king. Enjoy the water like never before. The perfect boat awaits, soon to have a new Excelsior location at Minnesota Inboard.
Pro Power Sports is your one-stop shop for fun year-round. There's never been a better time to get out and play. Pro Power Sports and Marine has a great selection of all the top brands. Our service and support is always there for you, and we stand behind every sale. At Pro Power Sports and Marine, we love the outdoors just like you. New or used, ATV to snowmobile, dirt bike to boat, we'll capture your passion and you'll buy with confidence. And most importantly, have the time of your life. Serving you online 24 hours a day and from our Ramsey, Minnesota location. We're Pro Power Sports and Marine.
Hi, I'm Jenny. I'm here with Lindsay Carpenter. Lindsay, can you tell us a little bit about your story?
Sure. I have been asked to be a part of the first ever Team USA show ski team, which will be competing in an international competition, first ever world competition in Janesville, Wisconsin, the weekend of September 15th and 16th. Whereas the United States team will be competing against China, Belgium, London, Australia, and it's the first ever show ski international competition.
When did you get started into this?
I've been show skiing since age 2. I was really born into it. My mom was a professional water skier. I grew up in Rochester, Minnesota, where my grandfather was a founding member of the Rochester Water Ski Show team. So got put on skis at age 2, performing in shows by age 5, and been doing this my entire life.
That is so cool. So what inspires you when you're out on the water?
Well, show skiing, it's a huge adrenaline rush all around. Being behind the boat, on the water, I specialize in the swivel ski, which is basically ballet on water, where I'm on one ski that spins 360 degrees around, and we do some fun technical tricks on that. And it's really something specialized by the females. The males do not do the swivel ski.
Of course.
Where it's beauty and grace on water. It's ballet on water. Like I said, the binding spins around, so you can do 360 turns, 720 turns, spinning. And it's also very graceful and kind of a dance motivation in it, and it's really, really fun. I've been on the swivel ski working at that since age 10. And then I also do the human pyramids, where I've climbed up 4 tiers high on fellow skiers in shows, and it's the rush of the audience being on the water, and it's a lot of fun.
Starting out practice with 2 4-high pyramids.
When you're out there, it looks really hard. How hard is it?
Well, swivel skiing, it is very, very difficult. It actually takes a lot of time, a lot of practice, a lot of hard work. Like I said, I started at age 10 and I still have to put on my time at that ski. That ski actually, as a beginner, you start with it in a locked position, then you open the binding to spin 180, and then after you get all those tricks, you open the binding to 360 where you can do the advanced tricks. So it takes a lot of times. I'm 20 years in, and it still takes a lot of practice and work. It's actually a very difficult technique.
What do you do for a career?
I'm actually a personal injury attorney in Roseville. I work for Krieger Law Firm, so definitely busy in the work world, and this is my time to play.
What really drives you? What is your rush when you're out there on the water?
Well, I love doing the shows in front of a crowd. I actually water ski with the Midwest Ski Otters, where we perform shows every Sunday night throughout the summer, 6 o'clock, free to the public every Sunday, and we get huge crowds, 1,000+ people, and it's the rush of the audience, the cheering, performing. We actually do stage dancing and acting in addition to the water skiing, and so a huge rush being a part of a team and performing in front of large audiences. For the competition, it's Team USA, so obviously that's a huge rush to be a competitor in the first ever USA team put together of the most elite skiers. There's 30 of us that were chosen out of thousands of options and applicants, and 30 skiers put together that are the best in the best of all disciplines of skiing, and it's going to be an amazing, amazing rush performing with Team USA.
So what do you plan to do from here?
Right now it's just about practice, practice, practice. I do my shows on Sundays where I get to perform in front of a big crowd. So a lot of water time, a lot of practice, and just getting geared up for that competition in September.
You're in excellent shape. What do you do to keep in shape and to prepare for these events?
Well, definitely in the summer, it's water skiing every day unless it's storming, so that keeps me in good shape. But in the off season, the winter here in Minnesota, I do a lot of running, lifting weights, time at the gym. I do like to snow ski. So yeah, just staying active and working out all year round.
What do you plan to do for the future?
Well, I plan to show ski till I can't anymore. It's really, it's a family sport where, like I said, my mom got me into this, and she's still skiing at age 50. So I plan to continue my skiing, my swivel specialty, and skiing with the Midwest Ski Otters here in White Bear Lake, and teaching others. I do a lot of clinics and lessons, and so really just sticking with the sport and trying to expand it. And Team USA, this competition is just huge for me. That's kind of the top of what I wanted for goals wise, but I definitely plan to just continue the sport and keep playing on the water.
Thank you, Lindsay. Good luck, and what a rush.
If you're getting out on the boat, here's a Rush Club look at lake water temperatures, brought to us by Minnesota Inboard. Up next, we're burning asphalt, only here on the Rush Club.
All right, it's 5:30 a.m. We got a car, a couple cameras, gonna go have some fun. I can get closer. Here's the true test. Chris, let's see what you got.
NOS, High Performance Energy. Drink NOS, fuel victory.
That was a blast. I'm done.
We're Minnesota Inboard Water Sports. Our mission is simple. The best boats, superior service, making a customer for life. New or used, Minnesota Inboard has an amazing selection, a metro and northern lake location. Family-owned Minnesota Inboard is proudly the Midwest's #1 dealer of direct drive inboards and the nation's top Malibu dealer. Only the latest water sports in our pro shop. And our service team is king. Enjoy the water like never before. The perfect boat awaits, soon to have a new Excelsior location at Minnesota Inboard.
We're the RV leaders in Minnesota, and Niemeyer Trailer Sales is ready to get you rolling. At Niemeyer Trailer Sales, we're family and building a customer bond since 1965. Our staff is dedicated to finding you the right RV and committed after the sale. We have Rockwood, Arctic Fox, Prowler, and Travelite. We have fifth wheels, travel trailers, campers, super service, and experience. Let us work for you online at Niemeyers.com or visit us in person. You'll see Niemeyers is the place to be.
I'm Alex. Welcome to Bill's Gun Shop and Range.
Here at Bill's, we're all about safety. Basic to advanced handgun training to personal protection and home defense. Bill's leads the novice to enthusiast in hunting, sport, or range shooting. Bill's Gun Shop offers a combined 120 years of instructor experience and the Midwest's top showroom and gunsmith guidance. Thousands of products, an expert sales team, and 2 convenient metro locations. And coming soon to Hudson, you'll find it at Bill's Gun Shop and Range.
Today on the Rush Club, we're here at Elko Speedway, Minnesota, here with race car driver Molly Rhodes. Molly, tell me, when you were a little girl, did you ever look up at mom and dad and say, I want to be a race car driver when I grow up?
Probably not when I was little, but when I turned 16 is when I really got the itch to be driving cars.
How do you get involved in race car driving?
Most people get started by their parents or their grandparents. I'm a first generation racer, which is kind of odd around here, but my brother, he just started, he built a car. One day he had me and my twin sister come out and do like a time trial thing, and I was faster, so I got to drive his car the next year out here. So just hopped in and haven't got out.
When you're out on the track, what's going through your mind?
You have to be totally focused 100% of the time. You're racing up over speeds of over 100 miles an hour, inches from the next crazy guy next to you.
Have you ever crashed?
Yeah, lots of times. Been doing this for 14 years and wrecked a few cars, flew off the track a couple times. Some major ones. It is super expensive. I work probably like 4 jobs and everything goes right into this car here.
Okay, so what kind of car is this?
This is a super late model. It's an all tubular chassis. Nothing has ever been on the street like itself. It has over 550 horse in it with a 2-barrel carburetor. The bodies are all fiberglass and aluminum.
Do you feel like you're a role model when you're out there racing, knowing that you got little girls out in the stands just dreaming to be where you're at today?
Yeah, you don't think about it when you're on the track, but definitely afterwards when you come in. The pits are flooded with little kids at the end of the night, and there's always tons of kids in my car at the end testing it out, and they were ready to hop in it when they turned 16. You always hear that one little girl that says, Mommy, I want to be a race car driver just like she is, so that's always really neat. And that's why we do it. And we're not making $1 million out here. We do it pretty much just for our fun and the adrenaline rush of it all.
Do you really get that rush when you're out there racing?
Yeah, you do. You get a little anxious right before it, a little jittery, but then when you're on there, you're totally calm, but it is a huge rush. You get out and you can't hardly breathe, your heart's pumping and a little shaky. It is awesome, awesome feeling.
Describe to us a typical week for a racer like yourself. What kind of training do you do, or where do you practice?
During the week, Mondays, we usually get the cars unloaded after the weekend, tear everything apart, go through it all, make sure we didn't bend anything, wreck anything, change the oil, do all that kind of stuff. That's all week long. We don't pretty much wrap that up until Thursdays. We come out and practice. Every once in a while they have practice here, otherwise over at Raceway Park in Shakopee. Practice some Thursdays and then get it rolling for the weekend again. And then we race Saturdays and Sundays.
Do you see a lot of other women in this sport?
I've only raced against another woman one other time, and that was in the beginning of my career. There's other women out here in the lower divisions, but I'm the only one in this division in Minnesota and most of Wisconsin.
Do you ever get any crap from the guys?
All the time, yeah. No one likes to get beat by the girl, especially the one girl. So yeah, it's pretty much non-stop, but I've earned a lot of respect of the guys over the years. So most of them are pretty good. You'll find that one that will never let you pass them and always has to hit you, but you get past it.
Thank you for being here, Molly. Good luck today on your race and your future success. Be sure you follow Molly Rhodes at mollyrhodes.com. Here's some of the events and shows that we're keeping an eye on at the Rush Club. Up next, we're going rodeo on the Rush Club. Stop out to Admiral D's here on beautiful White Bear Lake. They've got great food, awesome drink specials, and be sure you go to their website, www.admiralds.com.
We're the RV leaders in Minnesota, and Niemeyer Trailer Sales is ready to get you rolling. At Niemeyer Trailer Sales, we're family and building a customer bond since 1965. Our staff is dedicated to finding you the right RV and committed after the sale. We have Rockwood, Arctic Fox, Prowler, and Travelite. We have fifth wheels, travel trailers, campers, super service, and experience. Let us work for you online at niemeyers.com or visit us in person. You'll see Niemeyers is the place to be.
There's no place you'd rather be than here. Your Boat Club gets you out on the water better and more affordably. You're in the driver's seat with Your Boat Club. 70 boats, 7 locations, no hassles. Your Boat Club gives you the ease of online reservations. So relax, entertain, fish, or ski.
I love the convenience that we can just pop out and go out for a little bit.
Say goodbye to costly upkeep, repairs, cleaning, and boat insurance. Your Boat Club is simply the smartest way to boat. It's all yours at Your Boat Club.
I'm Alex. Welcome to Bill's Gun Shop and Range.
Here at Bill's, we're all about safety. Basic to advanced handgun training to personal protection and home defense. Bill's leads the novice to enthusiast in hunting, sport, or range shooting. Bill's Gun Shop offers a combined 120 years of instructor experience and the Midwest's top showroom and gunsmith guidance. Thousands of products, an expert sales team, and 2 convenient metro locations. And coming soon to Hudson, you'll find it at Bill's Gun Shop and Range.
Pro Power Sports is your one-stop shop for fun year-round. There's never been a better time to get out and play. Pro Power Sports and Marine has a great selection of all the top brands. Our service and support is always there for you, and we stand behind every sale. At Pro Power Sports and Marine, we love the outdoors just like you. New or used, ATV to snowmobile, dirt bike to boat, we'll capture your passion and you'll buy with confidence. And most importantly, have the time of your life. Serving you online 24 hours a day and from our Ramsey, Minnesota location. We're Pro Power Sports and Marine.
Here with Maggie Parker at the Hamel Rodeo in Minnesota. Maggie, tell me, when was it the first time you realized you want to be a bull rider?
Well, the first time I got on a bull, I was barely 16 years old, and I went to a practice pen in Michigan and got on 2 bulls, and I didn't know what I was doing, and I fell off pretty quick, but just the adrenaline rush and everything, it was addicting, and I never stopped after that and just kept getting on and kept getting better.
How does somebody get started in a sport like this?
Well, everybody starts different. Most of the bull riders have a rodeo family. I have no rodeo in my family. It was just always something that interested me, and I always wanted to do it.
Why don't you tell us about what it's like from beginning to end when you're out there in the arena?
Well, I get ready before, and I stretch and get warmed up, and when I actually get in the chute, I try to clear my mind, because when you're on a bull, you can't think. You really do not have time to think.
The first cowgirl in pro rodeo history to win.
When you're on the bull, it has to all be muscle memory. You can't think, you just have to react. If you think, you're behind and you're going to get bucked off.
She did it about a month ago in Bennington, Kansas. Hey, she can hear ya! Bull rodeo in Boone, Kansas. Wow, that's tough. That's a tough bull right there. You want to talk about a gritty lady right there to try him. Maggie Parker, Shaftesbury, Michigan. Hey, y'all make some noise. That girl can still hear you.
Was there any point when you went down that you were intimidated to get back up, or what kept you going?
I guess there's a lot that keeps me going. I mean, I didn't start riding bulls, to prove anything. I just loved it. I loved riding. I love getting better and hearing the whistle and just the whole addiction to the sport and the lifestyle. A lot of people really look up to me, from young girls to older women to men to just all over the place. People tell me how much I inspire them, because I always try to keep a positive attitude and really, stay strong with, stuff is going to happen to you in everybody's life. Horrible things happen, you go through everything, but if I'd like to show people that if you keep a positive attitude and just keep pushing and, you know, go for your dreams and don't let anything hold you back. And a lot of people see that, and I really inspire them to, you know, be strong and, you know, help them out of bad situations. And that's really important to me.
What's been your scariest moment? Now I hear you've been hurt about a month ago, you said? Tell us a little about
A couple
that.
months ago, I broke my foot in the chute, which would have been all right if it was my left foot, but I drive a lot and it was my right foot, so that wasn't good. And a couple weeks I got some cracked ribs, which, you know, really did not feel good, but it's just part of the sport. It's different from a lot of other professional sports because, you know, a professional football player, if he gets injured, he's on a contract and he still gets paid. Rodeo people, you know, if we don't ride, we don't get paid. There's no contract, there's no guarantee. So you gotta ride with injuries and tough it out. It's definitely not a sport for the weak-hearted.
Oh, yes! Come on! Oh, no!
Where do you see yourself in the future of bull riding moving forward?
I hope to someday make the NFR, which is everyone's dream in the PRCA. If you're in the PRCA, obviously that's your ultimate goal. And hopefully in the next 4 or 5 years, I can definitely make the NFR. Every bull I get on, I learn something from and I get better. And even if I buck off, I still learn something. So hopefully I can make it that far someday.
There you go. Well, here we are with Maggie Parker at Hamel Rodeo, Minnesota. Thank you, Maggie. Go ahead and follow her on Facebook, Maggie Parker. Thanks.
God bless and happy trails to each and every one of you.
You can learn more about us at the Rush Club by visiting our website. It's therushclub.com. We'll share upcoming events, our bios, and fun little facts about us. Hey, if you have a story suggestion, it's all at our fingertips, so let us know. We're also on Facebook, so friend us there too. Once again, we're at therushclub.com. What a rush! So that's it for this week. Thanks again to Admiral D's for having us. Be sure to check out our website at www.therushclub.com. And until next time, have a great weekend. I'm Teresa Petrie, your host. Get out and enjoy the rush.
Wake surfing is a water sport that's growing really fast behind the boat. You wait one side of the boat and it makes a large wave that propels you forward and you can actually surf that wake. So it's kind of nice. Without swimming out into the ocean, you can ride the wake for as long as you can, and it's progressing, so you can do tricks, anything from 360s to catching airs, whatever your imagination can let you do.